The EU's own military force has been an operational reality since late 2001, tasked with humanitarian and rescue missions, crisis management, and peacekeeping. The force is mandated to be capable of keeping 60,000 troops in the field for a year, which implies a standing army of 180,000 strong. There is provision for a moderate air force, as well as a small navy, including 4 aircraft carriers, one each from France, Britain, Germany, and Spain. The EU's new military is an outgrowth of a joint UK-French declaration signed at St. Malo in December of 1998, which bluntly stated that the EU should have the capability for, and I quote, autonomous action backed by credible military forces, unquote. But doesn't that already exist with NATO? Indeed. In fact, many of the resources mentioned are tasked to both the EU and NATO. But the stated European goal is to be able to project power without relying on support from the U.S. Although NATO and the ESDP, that's the European Security and Defense Policy, intend to work hand in hand, it remains to be seen what will happen when and if disagreements arise. Europe has clearly made its first moves toward the kind of confederation required in biblical prophecy. In the months following the rapture, expect their situation to quickly fall into line with what the prophets predicted. A 10-nation alliance will be formed from nations situated within the old Roman Empire. My guess, based on the scriptural evidence, is that the Antichrist will engineer a Balkan confederacy capable of functioning like a single large nation within the European Union. Within this confederacy, 3 of the original nations will cease to be independent political entities, but rather will be joined under one national flag. Leading this confederacy, and through it all of Europe, will be a leader so charismatic and brilliant the entire world will sit up and take notice. His proven and unprecedented ability to impose peace on traditionally hostile parties will thrust him to the forefront of international diplomacy. Meanwhile, America will have taken its first steps toward its new status as a second-tier world power. This, of course, will distress some Americans no end. Their politicians and military professionals will find it hard to take a back seat to anyone, especially the Europeans. But in the end, with its economy in shambles and its leadership in disarray, America will join Russia in the has-been section, biding its time and waiting for an opportunity to regain its former glory. Once the rapture scene has been performed, the curtain will fall upon the earth, the house lights will dim, and the stagehands, the politicians, media stars, and the robe-wearing religious establishment will quickly busy themselves setting the world stage for the final act. Unfortunately, they don't really understand what the play is all about, for everybody who comprehended the script has exited stage right, and the playwright is nowhere to be seen. But the show must go on. Cue the Antichrist.